Hello friends, welcome to Shaila's Garden. Today's video is about transplanting this beautiful Adenium desert rose. It's not just one, I have 3 plants. So I have one pulled out from the pot, one still in the pot, and one also removed from the pot. So I'll be transplanting these 3. I'm using cactus potting mix. And then I also added 10% of garden soil in there just to hold on to the moisture because they're sitting outside now in summer, so they get dried very fast. So that's why I added a little bit of 10% of garden soil, and then there's perlite, sand, 10% of perlite, 10% of sand. Then I also added bone meal, a teaspoon of Epsom salt, and 10 fertilizer, just a pinch of it. Oh yeah, I also added earthworm castings in here. So that's all there is to it, and I moistened it in such a way that when I squeeze it, it stays like a. So that's how moist I will make my potting soil every time for any plants that I repot. So let's go and transplant them. I'll show you the root system. I pull this out all the way, you see this. So I don't see any damaged roots in there, so I don't need to do much cleaning in there, so I'm going to leave it like that. I don't want to disturb it too much. And then I'll have to take this out from the pot. I just wanted to do that when I'm showing you. This one is already root bound. I mean, not really bad, it could stay in there, but then I thought it's time to repot them. See how root bound it is. And I started seeing it coming out from the drainage hole, so that's why I decided I'd do that. But isn't this beautiful? Look at that. This did not bloom last year at all. I waited 2 years for it to rebloom again. It went dormant for 2 years. I thought it would never bloom, but this year, oh, it looks so pretty. This one here, I wanted to take this out of the pot while I'm recording so that you can see. I just put this as a support because I wanted these roots to come up. I'm trying to, I don't know, give it a character. So I'm trying to shape this. I had this for 3 years or so. When I bought it, it was like the stalk just had 2 leaves and then 1 new leaf coming. That's how big it was, and the stem was like not even this thick. It was thinner than that. So that's how it started. I ordered it online on eBay. I don't remember the name of the place I ordered, but this is my baby. And so are these. But these were a little big by the time I bought them. They were already established really good. So it's like this one was like this size, and then the trunk was about like this size, so it was much better than this one. This one I had it for years. You can tell by the base of it. This was my very first one. I see a stem coming out from here. I don't want to damage that while I'm repotting. So I had this for a while. This was my first Adenium. It's very easy to grow. Here friends, I just loosened up the soil from the base. I just removed almost half of the length of the plant soil. I can put it in a smaller pot. I don't need that long of a pot, so I'm going to put it in this one. I thought I'll put this for this one here, but I decided I'll go with this one. It should do good, so I'll do that for that. And then I'll use this 6-inch pot for this one down here. That should fit in there. And then this one here, think I'll just remove and then see if I can put it back in here. If not, I'll see if I can get another pot. So I'll have to use 2 hands here, friends. Let me get back to you. This one is not even ready to be repotted. It is oops, this is just more sandy soil. You see how it comes off. So this was more sandy soil, so I'm going to repot this anyway, so it will have more nutrients. I'll just put this whole soil in here and mix it up with the rest of the soil. Look at the roots here, not much, right? Like I said, it was a tiny baby when I received it. I'm trying to make these 2 roots here. If you see that, oh, there, if you see that, there's one here and then there's one on this side. I think you can see it better like this. Those 2 roots, I'm going to make them like thicker, like 2 hands on the sides, and then it's sitting, crossing its legs over. That's what I'm planning on doing that. So I'll keep working on it and then I'll keep it posted. I'm not sure if you can see it. See, like it is like sitting down with the legs crossed is what I am seeing in it. That's what I'm thinking right now, but these 2 are the hands is what I'm thinking. We'll see how it'll turn out once it's big. I think I should be sitting on the other side and recording on this side. I'm against the light. Let me change my position here. Okay, that's much better to see the plants. Otherwise it was dark with the light against the camera, I feel. So here I removed half of the soil from the bottom of this pot. I did not disturb any of the side roots here. I'm going to use this pot in here. Even if I put it in halfway through, I still have all that place. You see that? So I'm going to put it up high like this with just a 1/2 inch lip, so that when I water the plant gets soaked well, and then it has all this bottom space to grow. So let's start. I'm going to fill this mixture that we just prepared, or let me cover at least one of the hole down there. So fill it up almost halfway through, not fully half, but halfway through. I'm going to place this in there, and when I'm placing, I'll just try to turn it slightly so that the roots will adjust themselves and not just get broken when I put it straight down. So I'm going to fill up all this gap now. All I do is just put soil in. If you notice, I'm not giving it much room. For the pot, I'm not going much bigger. This doesn't need bigger pots. If you give them more space for the roots to grow, it will slow down the growth of the base or the trunk. I don't know what you call it. I don't know. I know it, but I don't remember it now. And if you give it less root space, then it will start growing the trunk or the base thicker. That's what I learned. I'll just shake this so that the soil will fill up the space in the sides. See how we filled it up. So I'll add more soil. I'm dropping more soil down then into the soil. So let me put it on a plate and then do it so that I can use that soil. So I filled up just over 1/4 of this pot here. And when I put the soil in here, I'll just turn it so that the roots will get adjusted in there. I can push it up a little, pull it up a little higher. That will expose more roots down there. So let me fill this up. started with a little bit soil on the base, and then I'll fill this up. Here friends, I repotted it, and I also pulled out some roots so that they'll have a chance to grow outside the soil, and then I'm going to shape it into something later, but for now this is what I have. So I'll leave them like that, let them grow, have some base for the soil, and I'm going to put this in this pot here. I'll water it first. Put it there. Then I repotted this in the same soil. It's hard for me to keep this in place like I wanted. So it has this one here, and this one here. It would have been nice if I had another exactly like this from this side. It would be symmetrical. We'll see. That's not a stem, it's just a stone. Matches perfect with that color of the stem. So I see a lot of new growth, but I also see the leaves turning out like this. That means there's some kind of fungus or disease that's affecting the plant. I'll have to check on that later, but I don't see anything right now. But still something. But this happens when there is some deficiency or some bug infestation. I'll check on that. You see, it used to sit in the window, so it's leaning all to one side. So when I put it out here, I'm going to put it this way so that it'll start growing back this side. So that's one. So that's two actually. Keep them there. And here is the big guy, big mama. So I repotted her. I pulled out some roots. So I'll see if I can get something out of them. But isn't that beautiful? I still have buds. Hopefully I should have waited to repot it, but then I'm going to get busier soon with my new job I'm taking up. So I thought I'll just do this so that it's not too late. Hopefully these flowers will stay and not drop because I repotted them. I'll keep you posted. Now it's time to water the plants. I put a stone here to keep this away from the plant, so that's how it will grow. Now it's time. It's hard to water with lift the jug with one hand, so I'll just. So that's the reason why we leave a lip. So when you water, the plant will have enough time to soak in the water. Otherwise, it keeps falling off. Now I can show you that in here. This is pretty full. Hopefully the soil will settle down and make some room for me. But I can't pour. I'll have to wait for it to go down, and then it still has a little lip, but not as this one. Water starts coming out from the drainage holes. There, it starts to drain now. I'll leave them here so that they drain all the water, and then I'll put them back in the pot. So this is the video about the Adenium desert rose. One of these is orange, the fire orange, something like that. I don't remember the name. Just waiting for that to bloom. They have not bloomed yet. This one had bloomed in the past, but did not bloom for last 2 years. It started blooming in the 3rd year. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I should have waited to repot it, but let's see what happens. Wasn't that beautiful? So that's what it is. The video is on Adenium, desert rose, repotting. Thank you friends, thank you for watching Shiloh's Garden. Let me know what you think about my Adenium plants. Any suggestions or comments are appreciated. Please do share and subscribe. Thanks again. Have a nice day. Bye.